Hello my fellow gamers and welcome once again to Perafilozof City Skylines videos. Today I'm going to continue with my bedrock city, the city in which I plan to reach 1 million population, even if it might take all 25 tiles, as some of my subscribers have already noticed that it would be a hard thing to achieve a million population with just 9. But we'll leave that for the future. At the moment we've got other issues. Some buildings are on fire, some buildings are abandoned. A lot of industry is screaming for more workers. I had started in the previous episode moving my agriculture industry in place of where I at the moment have generic industry, because I had noticed that before I had unlocked the natural resources in my first video, I had not known that there were farmable lands here. And now I'm trying to move away this generic industry over to the left and leave this area for the farming industry. If I look at my population overview, I see that my unemployment is at 15%. 15%, yet some of my buildings, like the buildings here, say not enough workers. My conclusion will have to be that either I have too much industry on this side and too little onto this side, that the workers are simply not getting to their jobs because it's really far from them to go from here to here. Or the different problem is that these workers here simply haven't adjusted yet to the different areas of industry that I have been moving around. So I may have fired a lot of people here from the generic industry, but they haven't yet found their new jobs in the forestry industry. So I'm going to leave that alone for a while. I did notice that I have some strange issues here with the traffic doing this crazy thing where they coming through here, through this off-ramp, and once they get here, they sometimes go into the second lane and stop the traffic from the second lane from flowing, and sometimes the guys from the second lane go into the first and stop the traffic from flowing. It is something that I will have to keep an eye out. As you can see here, now again it's flowing flawlessly. Well, a moment ago you saw a big problem there and a line of trucks here. So, like I said, it's something I will have to keep my eye on. In the previous episode, I had just plopped a high school. Let me just find the education overview for the high school. And now I only have 1% Sims who are graduating from the high school, so this will definitely take some time. I also had a problem with just how did I plan for the industry to develop in these areas, because I ended up with a lot of space here being unused. Now I have stumbled upon a design that I think is much better for using these areas. It is because the highway ramps do not produce zonable areas. So what you can do is have a ramp that goes like this and enters the city like so. I would just need to get a straight one over here and then an entrance from here with a curved tool. Okay, a bit further back. Too far now, I believe. Oh, right, I have this one over here. There we go. So this is an entrance, and because this is a highway ramp, it does not create zones. So I can have a street that's right parallel to this, and I won't be afraid that there's going to be industry popping up on it, because the industry is actually only zonable on an actual street and not a highway ramp. Of course, this highway ramp needs to be turned in the opposite direction if I want it to be an entrance. And I think I can use this same setup, a ramp, a street, a ramp, a street, a ramp, and so forth and so on, in the entire area that's close to the highway, in the middle, on the left and on the right side, both of them. But that will require some engineering and some time. I do have other issues to deal with. I have started moving this industry, but like I said, I need to correct the mistake that I had made with the roads, with the road setup. So I will first unzone this industry here, wait for it to bulldoze, or I can bulldoze it myself, and then start an agriculture industry. But before that, I have to expand this area over here, this district, that is the agriculture district, up over here, onto the area where I have seen that I have farmable zones, farmable land. Come on, get off of this place. The power will still flow, and there is an additional issue I have noticed. The sewage has stopped flowing upwards like this and has started expanding into these areas, almost getting close to my water pumping stations. Now, for the fear of my water getting polluted, I will need to relocate these pumping stations a bit further down here. Come on, plop already. There we go. Just need to connect them back to the system. And I will move the sewage outflow pipes a little bit further up. So that they keep their sewage away from my water supply. That takes care of that problem. I do need to get rid of these coal power plants soon enough, but that will have to wait till I have enough money to buy more advanced wind turbines. They are 15,000 each, so it takes 2 of them to get rid of a coal power plant, so that may take some time. I wonder how expensive is it to move it. Whoa, 11,000 just to move it. No thank you. No thank you. I'll just bulldoze you once I have enough money for more advanced wind turbines. Just need to check. This one needs to be emptied. This one can be stopped from being emptied. Down here, this one is at 60%. This one is at 93. That one needs to start emptying. I still am not burning all the trash that I have created. I will need to get a burner over here as well. The incinerator, I mean. Where are you? Here you are. This costs 37,000. So pretty expensive. I will need to hold on till I have enough money. I think I just might have enough in a little while longer. There we go. And now I can burn the trash right here from this landfill site, and hopefully won't have to have a whole bunch of landfill sites in this part of the city. I'm hoping that once I burn enough, I will be able to remove some of these landfill sites in this part. I'm generally aiming for maybe 3 landfill sites per this half city block. So 3 here, and then the next city the same way. Now let's get back to what I had previously started doing. I wanted to have industry here, but I needed to make sure that these entrances and exits were proper before I started doing that. And to fix this, right over here, I had created an entrance. But for this entrance to work and not be zonable, it needs to be made out of a highway ramp, which needs to start off here. Try not to destroy too many factories. There. And then it can be connected like this. Or can it? Probably not, because of this intersection here. Or perhaps because of something else. Because I don't have enough money. Right, give me a second. Need to hold on with that. And I just did bulldoze this road here, which was important. Alright, maybe I should play at a little bit of a higher speed in order to be able to get my money faster. There we go. Now I can buy this road here and can have an entrance to the city once again. Now I do have a demand for more industry and more of commercial and residential, and if I want more money, I should definitely zone more in order to get more from the taxes. But like I said, I need to fix the roads first, and again for that I need the money. So it's a never-ending circle. Let's see, where do I have enough space to zone a little bit more. Over here I could fit some commercial buildings, and that should satisfy the commercial demand over here. These guys over here seem to want more highly educated workers, I believe. And they need well-educated workers. That would require another high school over here. but maybe they could be settled with the educated workers coming off of this high school. I just need to give it a little bit more time. Okay, do I have a little bit more cash now? Yes, I do. So this was an exit, this was an entrance, and this one here is once again an exit. So I can have more of the generic industry built here. But I want first to build some more farms over here. Now this road here is covering up a lot of farmable land, which I would like to fix. So I need to destroy this over here. And then see, this is really annoying that you cannot hold the overview while you are building roads. So I have to do something low tech, like keeping my camera at the same spot. There we go. Now this should become agriculture industry. I just need to check my district. It is as good as it can be, I believe. If I need more industry, I'll just use the generic over here or get more forestry industry in these areas, but these roads would be need to be redone a little bit. Now let's see, do we still have buildings who want more workers? This one over here wants more workers, and this one over here. And how much unemployment is that? 8%. So definitely a lot more of these buildings have gotten their workers. It's just a matter of the teams finding the right jobs and filling them after so many I had fired in these areas while I was remaking this area. There is a lot more of these areas to be remade, but I would like to actually increase the size of this area first before I start redoing anything else. So I was wrong, the commercial buildings will actually go abandoned if they do not have enough educated workers. Alright, then in that case, before I actually bulldoze them, I will dezone so no more commercial buildings will go up until I actually have the educated workers for them. These zones need to be increased, like I said, so let's draw some more roads. This is an exit off of the industrial area, so I should get an entrance as well. Alright, and now for a lot more residential areas. The commercial areas I will build over here. Just not sure if they're gonna have the educated workers, but I hope they won't even bother going up to level 2, since they will see that they do not have anybody who's educated to work there. There we go, a lot more residential areas, and my residential demand should be filled up. I do need to check on my water supply and on my power supply. They are both coming into yellow, and I do not have a lot of cash handy. So my hope is that I will get some taxes going on very soon, because I have extended these areas, and I do have a larger income now. It's 29,700 compared to the expense that is 25,700. And I have now reached the population of 10,000, unlocked the hydro dams, small new policies, the trains. I do not have a connection to the trains, so that's not of very high use. I do have a demand for commercial buildings, which I need to fill. I'm looking at this area over here and thinking I could have a little bit of residential and then some commercial areas as well. But that would be about all of it. there isn't really much more room in these areas. There will be once I move the industry a bit around. It is quite uneven in these areas, but that is just how it will have to stay for now. I do have a lot more cash now that I have gotten to the 10,000 population mark. The next one would be at 16,000, so that will definitely take a while to get to. And now that I do have this extra cash handy, I need to first check my utilities to see if I need to buy any more, and I do. I would need some more water supply, which can be built here. It might not have a power connection, so I will need to get some pylons here. And connect it to the system of pipes. Sewage outflow will be necessary as well. Now that the water is taken care of and the sewage, even the budget can be reduced a little bit. Still too much. Alright, let's do just a little bit more. That is fine. The power situation. Now, I could build more advanced wind turbines or just build more incinerators, because I do have a lot of garbage to incinerate and I keep creating more. These two areas, these two landfill sites here are almost full, and I could definitely use another incinerator over here. They are quite costly, and that will leave me with a little bit more money. Let's see if any parks are necessary here. Yes, they are. And if I want to expand up here, I will need some parks over here as well. Let's find something not too expensive. All right. Whoa, I did not place a single cross street in this neighborhood. I will need to fix that. Like this. And connect here as well. Alright, so I have made sure to have enough water, but as I was saying, for power, it should be increased now that I have another incinerator plant going online, and it will produce 12 megawatts. Now, there is a little bit of a trick I could use. I could actually increase this budget a little bit more and it would increase the power, but 10,000 is already a lot for garbage, so I would rather not do that. It would actually be cheaper to get another advanced wind turbine. It produces power with just a 250 per week maintenance cost. As for the education, if I want my commercial zones not to give me a problem with education again, like they did a few moments ago, I would need another high school in this area. Pretty expensive. In order to get more money, I need to expand more. I do have a commercial need, and I could find some spots for some more shops. For example, here. As for the industry, well, if I don't want to spend a lot of money redoing these roads, I should then just go with the generic industry, for which I have already set up the proper road network. Enough water, enough power for expanding zones. So all my cash should be spent drawing more roads and expanding. But like I said, redoing these areas would require first bulldozing some of the industry, and I need the taxes that I'm getting from them. So in that case, I will just expand in these areas. Over here, everything is covered as much as it can be, and I will need a new road here if I want to have this area covered like so. This district is a forestry district, is it not? Yes, it is. But I will need some more trees if I want to continue building this up. That's done. And now to expand the industry over here. That should take care for the industry demand, and now for the residential demand over here. Let's say, where do we need a street to cross? Over here in this area, street can cross here, and for this area it can go a little bit further before I make another crossing. And here we can just keep on going up. This is what, a two-way? And I'm connecting the industry and residential with one-ways. This one is in, so this one will be out. And between the industry and the residential, I will have the commercial areas. Now the question is this area going to be covered with all the necessary services? So far it's looking good. The police station might not have the best coverage. I think it's mostly because of how I placed it. Maybe if I were to move it. Nope, still wouldn't have that much of a better coverage. Well, never mind, then I will leave it here and build a new one at some point later up there. Alright, so more residential zones. One thing that I will need though, I believe, is the high school and the elementary school. It seems that the commercial demand is pretty high. That will need to increase as well. And more residential areas over here as well. Now, I haven't been zoning over here close to the highway because of the high noise pollution. I think that noise pollution can be reduced if I were to upgrade these roads with the sound barriers, but that does cost a lot, and I do have a long way to go here covering them with these sound barriers, so I will leave that for later on when I have more money in my bank. Now I have a traffic jam on this side of this interchange. While they're trying to get out, there is a lot of them who are trying to get out through this over here, and that is creating somewhat of a problem. Now I'm not sure how far can I wait and how long can I wait for this to clear up, or should I act upon it? But it seems the problem isn't in the ones that are coming in here, but the problem is in how they plan to continue moving, because they're constantly getting in the way of the traffic that's using the second lane while they're trying to get from the first lane into the second lane. I think this could be fixed with a little bit of a different approach to the exiting traffic. Although the easiest fix would be to get a cargo train terminal or a cargo harbor, and for my exporting trucks to use that. Cargo harbor could go here, while the trains would have to come from here, and that would help with this problem here. The trick is that almost none of them are using this way to get out of through here. Most of them want to use this side and get out through here. Now I have half a mind to give them another option of exiting through here. I would just need to figure out what that would be, with a little bit of a different approach to the exiting traffic. Although the easiest fix would be to get a cargo train terminal or a cargo harbor, and for my exporting trucks to use that. Cargo harbor could go here, while the trains would have to come from here, and that would help with this problem here. The trick is that almost none of them are using this way to get out of through here. Most of them want to use this side and get out through here. Now I have half a mind to give them another option of exiting through here. I would just need to figure out what that would be. I'm thinking that up until I start the second part of the city, what I'm going to do is to disable this connection here, get a highway connection, take it from here, and put it straight into this piece here. Now let's watch what's gonna happen. Alright, so they're using one lane, the second lane, and we've got people using the third lane as well. I will leave this alone for a while to see how much of it clears up. I seem to have gotten a pop-up that some dead people are waiting to be buried, because this cemetery is now at 2100 out of 3000. So we'll definitely need to get a new one. I hope that I can fit one here. Well, I think I can fit it here. I'll just need to destroy one little shop. Alright, let's check back on the traffic. A huge traffic jam here. And they do seem to still be giving me trouble with how they are trying to exit. It would seem that this street here is the source of the issues, so I could destroy it and move the problem out to here and see how is that going to affect it. So no, you cannot use this anymore, but I will give you another way off through here. But this will have to be changed up a little bit, because now the industry has to use this one, and this was a one-way if I'm not mistaken. So this has to be a two-way, while this one-way that's bringing in the traffic can go onto this one over here. Alright, let's see how is this gonna work out. Aha! Cleared up in an instant. It's quite possible that I could connect this back up like it used to be. And disconnect this one. Well, I might as well leave it until I start building up this part of the city. Maybe they'll stop using always the same lane and use a little bit of this lane as well. To connect this, I don't think so. I think I will leave it like this for now and see how it goes. How's my population? 3% unemployment, so I can definitely get more workers. And I do have a demand for residential as it is. I am going to need a new park most likely up here if I want to continue expanding here. Something cheap, a small playground, that would be okay. How about the services? Still covered by the graveyard, still covered by the clinic, by the fire department. The police station does not cover that much. I'll see about placing a police headquarters, but it costs so much that I will have to really think about that hard and long before I decide on that. There we go, lots of new residential zones. They are covered by the parks, they're covered by the services. And I do have a lot of money in the bank. I could finally get a high school in this area of the city as well. As I have almost reached the middle and one would be enough to cover all the areas, I can plop it right about here. And it will make sure for this entire area to be covered with a single high school. This one incinerating plant is not enough to clear out this one landfill site. I'll actually have to build another one. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but it seems it's gonna be a must. And now I will have actually enough electricity being supplied from the incinerator plants that I won't have to buy any more advanced wind turbines, although I was planning to get rid of the coal power plants in favor of the wind turbines, and I do have just enough money to get rid of one coal power plant. So I may as well spend my money on something like this. Alright, and now I can turn off this coal power plant. Excellent, the balance is in and this thing should stop polluting. I won't bulldoze it in case I have an emergency and I need more power, so I will use it for emergencies. And as soon as I can, I will turn off this one as well and switch it for the advanced wind turbines. Only one thing that I will have to do is not to go too far through here, because there is actually a connection for the boats and I may end up blocking the boats with these things if I'm not careful. The entrance traffic now seems to be creating a problem. Again, it's because of these lane changes that they do. I mean, why don't you guys simply use the third lane when it's empty all the time? Look how smart that guy is. He's using the third lane. Why can't you? I think what I may have to do is disconnect this entrance here, so that their lane changing happens far later and they do not block this area here. Let's see, is this going to clear up the traffic? I think that this entrance here, the only one into this city, is simply getting overburdened with too much traffic and it just cannot seem to handle the traffic going in and out through these small off-ramps here, going in and out. So I either need to buy another plot of land, this one over here, and make another connection here, another entrance and exit, or I need to buy this one over here, draw the rail line, get it somewhere about here, and then make a cargo train terminal so that I can get rid of the cargo through the trains instead of through the highways. My unlock for the cargo harbor is pretty far away, so that would take a long time and I'm getting annoyed at the amount of traffic here. I mean, the traffic does clear up from time to time and then I have a whole bunch of traffic again. I mean, look, now there's no hold up here, and nor is there any hold up here. So it's really weird that sometimes there's a huge amount of traffic that just won't clear up, and then suddenly it clears up and it flows flawlessly like it is now. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do about the traffic. I would hope that I can keep using this road setup until I unlock the cargo harbor, and then hope that the cargo harbor will eliminate a lot of these trucks, because mostly the traffic that I have here are the cargo trucks, either empty or full, that are exporting or importing goods for the industry. Well, in any event, that would be all for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you again soon.